Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us.
Oh. Hey, bro.
Huh?
Let me ask you a question, man. Why you ain't change clothes, bro?
Let me ask you a question. Every time you see me, you gotta ask me a question like you 50 Cent asking people 21 questions.
Bro, you gotta have some hygiene,
Let me
man.
ask you, did you take a bath last night?
Of course, and that's what I'm telling you, man. You gotta have some hygiene,
Well,
man.
congratulations, because I'm homeless and now I have the luxury to take a bath every night and wash clothes like that. So be grateful for what you got and stop always talking about people and stuff. That's what's wrong with people. They always talking about people instead of trying to help them and stuff. Just thank God that you able to take a bath and change your clothes every night. I might have them on the next day and the next day and the next day. That's between me and God. You worry about yourself. Any more questions?
You good,
Oh,
bro.
all right, that one I thought. Have a blessed day.
If you're tired of being censored on social media, join 60s.net. It's black owned, black operated, and black moderated, and we make sure it stays a safe space for us to talk about all things black culture. We also got some cool gear like the FDM cotton crew neck, the Fearless Ancestors tee, hats, and more. Check us out at 60s.net.
Hey girl, why are you so sad?
I just got banned from Twitter again.
Should have been on 60s.net. Ah.
Living off borrowed time, the clock tick faster. That'll be the hour they knock the slick blaster. Dick dastardly, a monthly with sick laughter. A gunfight and they come to cut the mix master. And living the true gods, giving y'all nothing but the lick like two broads. Got more lyrics than the church got ooh lords. And they hold the mic at your attention like two swords. Or you the one with two blades on it. Hey you, don't touch the mic like it's AIDS on it.
All right, welcome once again to the Beatzilla PDX official show. I am your host, Beatzilla PDX officially, and we are here for the weekly wrap-up. Yes, indeed. Of course, you know, we are in the midterm madness of it all, so still we're talking about that today. But there's some interesting things that just took place. For those of you who haven't already heard, the court out, an appeals court out of St. Louis has put a temporary stay on Joe Biden's student loan forgiveness plan. But the White House has came out and said you can still apply, but so go at least do it, because who knows how long that'll actually last. So if you were discouraged, they're saying still go ahead and go through the process. With that being said, let's go ahead and see who we have in the chat. Nikki the God in the chat. Hey. Yes, please like, share, and subscribe. And especially for those who are rewatching or watching the replays, if you could definitely give this a like, it would be great, because it helps boost the us content creators in the algorithm. And of course, we need to make sure we get some more melanin in these spaces and boost us in the algorithm, just like everybody else. So Lady Effa, I see you. Lawrence Lilly, Cyberdyne 100, and Tasha Peters. Hey. So it looks like we got a few people in the chat, but we got more people watching. So, definitely if you're on the TV, you can still also hit the thumbs up as well. So, please help us out with that. But another thing that is going on in the news. We have record border crossings going on here. And here's a video from a few hours ago. Let me bring that back. Let me run that back some so you can see it. It's a lot of people. That is a lot of people. And within a midst of a crisis in all of these major cities, you're looking at implosion by policy. And that's literally what's going on right here. So I don't know how they're going to dance around this conversation, but by flooding our borders with people, now they're trying to get folks voting rights. And you have had and I've been seeing videos out of New York about their homeless situation going on out there. And just looking at what I'm seeing from some of these videos, New York can't afford to house these people out there like that. But nonetheless, they are doing it. So here is, they have a shelter. They have a shelter out there.
starting tomorrow.
When migrants first walk in after intake, they will see a recreational room set up with rows of couches, TVs, Xboxes, and board games. There will also be a phone bank so migrants can connect with family in order to find more permanent housing.
We can do that in 24 hours, maybe even less. Many times, it's going to take longer than that. It could take days.
Next, there is a cafeteria that will provide migrants with 3 meals a day, and snacks, coffee, and tea will be available 24/7.
Those meals are all culturally appropriate. It is South American fare. The menu rotates on a regular basis.
Boy, they're getting all the kind of accommodations, right? And here's the one thing, you know, you have to throw in the word illegal. You're illegally entering in the country and being treated better than some citizens, or a lot of the citizens, because none of us are getting anything like that. So they're getting put up. That's cool. They're feeding them. Okay. They are providing them with phones and Xboxes and all those other little goodies, while you have a ton of New Yorkers sleeping on the street. How does that make sense? And Eric Adams is very much putting his hand in the mix to make sure that all of this goes on, but nobody wants to say anything. Now that the video I played Wednesday that y'all heard, Kid Gravity Beyond, Judah Queen, what is going on? That video that I put up, played Wednesday, about the that person that works for the mayor of New York, Eric Adams. Phantom Beat, what's going on? And then he was talking about how basically it's a crisis with the migrants, but because of their political position, they aren't doing the right thing. So once again, we're seeing this being about a political position over the people. And it's happening more and more and more, and it's becoming extremely evident as time goes on. Dark-skinned brother, what is going on? And so, let's see. Lawrence Lilly said, here in Nashville, we sure don't need any more immigrants. We are splitting at the seams. Yes, indeed. Quap Man said the kitchen sink strategy. Absolutely. And I believe that is what we're seeing. You're seeing a lot like President Biden was here. You have Oprah going down, stomping in Georgia for gubernatorial candidates. So, there's obviously an issue. You know what I mean? So he had to come out here. Joe Biden had to come out here for Tina Kotek, which nobody here really is feeling. And I mean, truth be told, she's just more of the last of what we had, which only got into office by way of default in the first place. So I think some people understand that we're going to be under a female governor regardless. The only person who is really sound and worth a damn is the Republican. So, it is what it is. That's the only person talking about policy. You have one woman who is past childbearing age. You have another woman who is a stud, and their whole conversation is about abortion rights. They ain't talking about nothing else. Now that obviously the pressure is on, now tackling the homeless crisis is all of a sudden important. These people have stuck and stayed on their party line over the needs of the American people far too long. And I saw on Roland Martin, because, Roland Martin has been taking shots at everybody, I guess, because he's really feeling the heat, because his political cachet is going down the drain. So as he can no longer be the black vote whisperer, he likes to often, I'm sure he's over there touting himself like that, but it's like when only the talented 10th is your crowd, the divine 9 is your crowd, well, then that's all that you're going to be with. That has lost its influence in the community because of you think you are more Democrat than you are black. And all you could do is be insulting to black folks while you will be cordial to a well-known white supremacist, and you'll also buck dance for Hillary Clinton. So to us, or this contingency of people, to ever be considered idiots by you, you could just take that with a grain of salt. Because what we're seeing, there's no reason to call out somebody who's irrelevant. You called out Brother Phil Scott's name. Well, somebody said Phil Scott dragging y'all on these Democrats. Roland Martin tried to jump in there. And number one, Roland Martin, you actually responded to a comment that someone else made about Brother Phil. So you just had to put your hat in the mix to go ahead and take your shot at him too. Well, I don't even know who he is. He's in Houston and all that. Family, the people that just do that type of lying, it's the, I guess the time for them is up. That whole liar crowd is on its way out. Troy Lee, I see you. Quat Man said they got Abrams juggling with Oprah, dancing with Obama, tap dancing with fraternities and sororities, but still putting both feet in her mouth in every interview. Do you know what I saw today beside the Oprah thing? Did y'all see this other video, this TikTok video? All I could just say is, really? I mean, yeah, I'm going to play it without the music because it got some like old Monica behind it. But you can see what's going on. Yeah, you'll be able to quickly tell what's happening. But I mean, this is just getting out of hand. And everybody, this is like one of those yas girl moments again. And it's like, no, how about we not? But nonetheless, here y'all go. Let me go ahead and add this there. Lord. Quat Man said you saw it. Ridiculous. Okay, so hold on. Let me rewind that so you can get the first look at the illustrations, right? So when you heard that your ex is voting early with Stacy. Okay. Number one, why is she even dressed like that? I mean, this really makes no sense. And then, yeah, there she is on the Stacy bus. Woohoo! Now she's singing to her. Not a word about policy. This is ridiculous. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. This is where we at with it. Wow. This is what it looks like when they are showing you they ain't got no respect for you, because that's all that is. I mean, this is more, I don't even know what you call that. What did you call that? Troy Lee said, "Oh, I saw this filth." Absolutely. Judah Queen said, "Is she demon possessed? Film, animation, art, Black First Family." Judah Queen, she hit with that that raccoon demon. The raccoon spirit fell on her. He said, "I bet it stank on that bus." Oh, that's funny. Let's see. So we're gonna look at just, kind of give a overview of these ads here. Let's see, let me get this one in here. Another unicorn. Yes, indeed, Kid Gravity. Absolutely. Absolutely a unicorn. Here it is. Here's this other ad that just recently, I just saw this earlier today. This, for me, it's like, okay, well, can you actually have somebody that will talk politics versus, well, we're going to get around these entertainers? And so I guess this move, I think they probably figured, oh, well, this is a little more respectable rapper or, artist. So we'll go this route. Check this out, family. Oh, good grief. Yeah. Yeah. A group of busters. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That was painful. That was painful. And I mean, again, why? This is all we get, family. This is all we literally get out of a can. This is what you're expecting to be, pandered to. Good grief. Kid Gravity said, boo, throwing tomatoes. Lord, I'm Stacy. Oh, man. I wonder how much they paid for that. Here's some more, though.
We are here today because we are about to make history. In 20 days, we are changing Georgia. Let's get it done. Thank you all so much for being here. Yesterday was amazing. And I'm not talking about the debate. That was good too. But yesterday, we saw record turnout for early voting. Yes, we should be excited. But let's remember what that means. It does not mean that voter suppression doesn't exist. That's like saying that there are no more sharks in the water because more people get in. We know that voter suppression is alive and well in Georgia, but we're stronger, we're faster, and we're better than it, and we are going to bring it, and we're going to win this election.
Oh, Lord. We're going to bring it. She almost sounded like Howard Dean. Cyberdyne 100, thank you so much for the super chat. Much appreciated. Please, peace, power, and blessings and protection be up on you and yours. Thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate that. Yes, indeed. And family, we also, of course, we have that good old super chat button. So feel free if you feel so inclined. And Tia, to you in the building, I see you. Thank you, sister, for showing up. Yes, indeed. So, man, these people here are really doing the most while doing the least. I wonder if y'all saw this. Just go away, Stacy. Oh man. Did y'all see the AOC video?
Okay, listen.
Yeah, they are doing a little bit of joking on this.
All right, listen. Okay, listen.
Oh goodness. Watching her is just painful. I some of these people, I got to wonder, how did you get elected in the first place? I mean, like, I'm looking at, like right here, we look at Tina Kotek. It's like, how did you even make it as the Democratic nominee? Oh boy. So earlier today, I was, because we know that brother Tariq Nasheed was did his interview with Rock Newman today, right? So he posted up the picture, and Roland Martin had something to say. And, basically just hating. It's like, my goodness, dude. I could say, well, I would sit down and talk to Rock Newman anytime, but I ain't never talking to that a-hole Tariq Nasheed, misogynist, and he calls women bed wenches and this and that. Yeah, there are bed wenches, brother. That's nothing new. No different than a tap dancing Sambo. We have always had these people, and unfortunately, y'all came off the plantations with us. Well, not you, because you're not from here, but I mean that spirit. Well, you say you're partly FBA, so maybe that's what it is. Who knows? But one thing I was noticing with all of this vibrato and all of this yelling and insult throwing, the one thing that you continuously do, Roland, is you're undermining the intelligence of the Black community. Not everybody rocks with a fraternity. Not everybody rocks with the NAACP. Some people look at those entities as opposition. Now, when you come out here and your only line is vote, vote, vote. This is getting dangerous, y'all, because see, they talking about voter suppression. It's dangerous, y'all. Voter suppression, because they're talking about all of these issues in Texas, I guess, in Harris County, and so they're largely Black counties down there that they're the only thing Roland is talking about is how to save the Democrats. And that's not what we're on, because we're foundational Black Americans, not Democrats. That is a party affiliation, not a group of people. We are the group of people. We are an ethnic group. So to put us in a category to say, well, we just need to vote because the Democrats and I don't give a damn about no Democrats. That is not my concern. That's clearly yours. Brooklyn Queen 125. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And so you're seeing, like Brother Phil Scott had mentioned, that this dude is knowing that his days are numbered because he's running out of gas. He does not have any pull in the Black community. And what's showing it? These races are showing that no one of value and influence is really dealing with Roland Martin. That show has ran its course. And I think from what he's been going on this tangent, because again, he'll call out these names, but he'll respond to me on Twitter. One of the things I told him is the fact that the only way that you even really got popping was because Warren Ballentine caught a case. Warren Ballentine was in that slot, and he was moving just as much. He was literally right before Al Sharpton in that spot. And then Michael Eric Dyson got in there. Yeah. Then after Michael Eric Dyson got moved out, Roland Martin finally got a chance to get in that seat. That's what's so funny, because then he finally gets a show on TV One. That ends up failing. But, he had started on Radio One. And again, Warren Ballentine, had he not caught his case, they were grooming him and shaping him up to kind of be this guy, not so much of a shine as yourself, but, he would have been more, I guess, I put it this way. I believe Warren Ballentine, along with Al Sharpton and Michael Baisden, I believe they have all had an opportunity to have Barack Obama on their show and speak at different times. Can you ever say that anybody was messing with Roland Martin like that? He just gets out and barks orders. I guess See, that's what he was trying to pull off, what they pulled off in 2008. So he was trying to rework the magic of 2008 in 2016. And it fell flat. It fell flat. And there's forever the video of this dude sitting up here tap dancing with Hillary Clinton. I'll dance for a massive. and now he is calling out different people of the grassroots. And I'm starting to see also funny things happening on Twitter with certain people commenting about certain things. I've heard somebody say something about the grassroots media ain't this or ain't that. And just interesting lines that I'm hearing, especially right after the last couple weeks of questionable individuals, popping up out of nowhere. And then all of a sudden saying, hey, you guys aren't supporting me. Don't know you. Not like that. Well, you're not covering me. Well, why do you have to have your own event? That was already planned, and then all these other things started coming about. Even the pull-ups. Pull-ups were after the rally. Maybe people didn't kind of watch that time frame. Yeah. Yeah. But here's what goes on. Roland Martin is fearful of losing his position and losing his value, because his value is really only to be a Democratic shield. He does not do anything else. Y'all notice that? If he's not out caping for the Democrats, he's not really talking about much. Now, if he went back to old school, now he'd say people don't read and all of this other madness. Those are just loose-based insults. And that's all you can really do. People on the Twitter and people on YouTube and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Tweeting fools. Well, to this tweeting fool, Roland, I told you, and Brother Phil, double down on what I said. You might want to stop poking the bear. Because, yes, those are the noticeable names. But you know good and damn well that this thing is much bigger than that. So, you could easily get roasted. And then that's why you say, everybody that follows him, you getting black. Yeah, well, then stop complaining about the results you're getting. Because it's you who's excluding part of what could possibly be a part-time audience for you. And you are not that much of a draw for people to say, okay, Roland Martin over the new black media. That doesn't even make sense. There's so many different people to choose from out the voices of new black media. And you're just Roland Martin, who capes for the Democrats and can never talk about a policy and then lie about the COVID-19 hate crime bill that only identifies Asians by name and Pacific Islanders by name. But you stupid fool, see, this is what it is. And then some other weirdo dude with the purple headband pops out and starts saying, well, here's what it is. Yeah, that still doesn't prove that it's applicable to anybody else. And here's another thing. That federal hate crime law that's enacted, when it was a Caucasian assailant here in the city of Portland that attacked an Asian man and his 5-year-old daughter and attacked both of them physically, he got straight out of jail that weekend. Matter of fact, before the holiday. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no charges. No charges. Oh, no, not Bucci Bear. No, he ain't. No, not the Bucci Bear. No, he can go over there and poke that all he want to. No. See, that's the other thing. These people come out here. Yeah, so stupid. Stick on stupid. Yeah, but you could see that what's going on over here is the voter is getting a little more information about what they need. So you're talking about, see, what we got to do is for the Democrats and the Democrats and the Democrats. Over here, we are talking about policies and needs and solution to those. And guess what that ain't? Just blindly giving a vote to the Democrats because that's been status quo. No, it's quid quo pro. So let's get that popping. Let's get something for something, as a transaction should be. And votes are transactional. Right now is absolute disarray. See, here's the point. Roland Martin, you're spending all of your time talking about the dangers of voter suppression while you're not talking about the complete failure of this current administration. Don't like Donald Trump all you need to, but you can never tell yourself that we are in a better condition now than under that dude. And like him or not, he would not have a immigrant crisis at the staggering numbers that you have now, that where you are having, you're asking military people to basically babysit, clean up after immigrants, illegal immigrants. No, not migrants, because they got to go back home. This is not a place to stay. They got to go back. They need to start having some mass deportations ASAP, because this is ridiculous. And there's not enough to go around when you're in a crisis, in the midst of a current conflict overseas, flooding the borders just to get Democratic voters, when these people are turning around, starting voting Republican as soon as they can vote. So you bring all of these people in, flood the zone, and then no one can ever get ahead, while always trying to tell black folks, vote for the Democrats who are doing this to your community. Alien 00, I see you. We all know who that COVID-19 bill is targeted against. Facts. Tia to you said Rolly better put on his ruby slippers and click them heels 3 times. Not that it would help. Yeah, Roland is, and somebody came into the after he responded to me and told him, said, you're unraveling, right? And again, if you have spent all of your time being a bootlick shine, and now you are seeing the well draw up because nobody is looking at the party line guy anymore. That has ran its course. We need some policy. And I just think, over my whole life, remembering the whole voting process and watching my grandma and my mom and, after, like, even shooting, my grandfather was alive, just watching, going to the polling places. I remember my mom and my dad, that was Jimmy Carter. Yeah. So yeah, I remember that day. Matter of fact, yeah, that was Jimmy Carter. Yeah, Jimmy Carter's election. Yeesh. So I remember that. That's the first one I remember. And then just think that far back. And we're still talking, and we can't get nobody to do nothing for us now. Are you kidding? The hell are you voting for? You've been voting for over 40 years to get nothing? These people coming in here yesterday and getting set up with housing. You cannot be serious. This is one of those things that people really need to strongly examine. You know what I mean? Because when you have a country that is in this much of financial peril, I don't see how making excuses for what we see is going to work. Here's the other thing. The only thing they're focused on is abortion. And have you ever noticed, we keep making this observation, all the people who are not even in the running for pregnancy are the main ones caping for abortion. Y'all notice that? A woman's right to choose. Okay. But you don't want to call it what it is. Like, it's okay if you're going to call it what it is. But if you're not, well, then there's that. But we have all of these people trying to tell us to keep voting for these people who are, like, look at the condition we are in right now. Inflation. How can you vote for ridiculous? You've done ripped off the caps of rent coming out of a pandemic, flooding the zone with a bunch of illegal immigrants, giving them preferential treatment over your American citizens. This is after the fact of you already bringing over Afghan refugees and then also bringing Ukrainian refugees here. All of this has happened within 2 years. Well, really less than that, because he only got inaugurated in 21. It's just 22. All of this has happened since January of 2021. You see what we going through, family? I hope so. Because this is nothing worth voting for. Look at how they doing the service.
To support those migrants, take a look at this. Their responsibilities will include basic housekeeping, including picking up trash, sweeping, cleaning refrigerators, and shredding paper, prescription medicine runs, picking up medical prescriptions from pharmacies, and migrant personal property management, tagging, bagging, sealing, storing, and retrieval. Now, the head of the Border Patrol Council says it's time for the Biden administration to call a spade a spade. Listen.
If there wasn't a crisis, why would they be advertising for services like this? This administration refuses to divine the problem.
Now, an internal memo that was sent out to most of the Defense Department staff instructs them to disseminate this widely and encourage this opportunity for its staff, Emily.
Jillian, I can't wrap my brain around the cleaning refrigerators part, in addition to sweeping, shredding paper, as you just described, walking to and from these menial tasks, Jillian, of these servicemen and women. Is this really the best use of our taxpayer dollars?
Well, Emily, the taxpayer dollars at play here are not just the cost to the Pentagon of losing their staff who will deploy for DHS. It will also have to pay for Pentagon officials to travel to the southwest border, to stay there for 60-day deployments at a time. It will also have to pay for their food, as well as give them a per diem. Emily.
Jillian, thank you so much.
If you don't know what a per diem is money. It's like an allowance. So, yeah. So they're paying them too. Did you get that? So you can come here. See, that's free money coming from a country from somewhere else. And then just so they can come up here, talk, and turn around in about next 10, 15 years, talking about how hard they worked. See, there's nothing working against them. They're making accommodations for these people. That's not done for citizens here. And then telling us that we should be receptive to this? Hell no. How could we? When we're watching how much we're looked over. And especially as a black community, there is nothing about this that you should be on board with. Because them people don't come over here and rock with you neither. So reality of the situation is just like I've seen somebody just say in the chat, it's an invasion. That is what that is. That is an absolute invasion. And it's an illegal invasion. And nobody wants to call it that because Joe Biden literally ran on that idea. So this is having a disaster that pretty much will destroy your party, never ever go checked for the sake of not looking bad. And that's what's happening right now. If you know, can y'all see that? Because, you know, that's how it comes off to me. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed, Quad Man. An Alien 00 said, and don't forget, Beatzilla, about the billions of dollars sent to Ukraine. Billions of dollars sent to Ukraine. There's another thing I just before I open this studio window this evening. Do y'all know the Camp Lejeune thing? Y'all, I know y'all been seeing them commercials. If you were working around or at Camp Lejeune and between this time, you may be entitled to a cash benefit. Yeah, that case, the amount of that case is $21 billion. I said, oh, 21 billion. Boy, that's a big number. But we can't get our reparations. But for a lawsuit about Camp Lejeune, y'all found $21 billion to pay for. So yeah, you can miss us. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a big difference between trillion and billion, but still, yeah, you got it. And, you know, when you're going to invest billions in another country's conflict, yeah, break us off our bread, pimp. For real. So here's just, there's been some interesting things coming out of Joe Biden regarding abortion as well. I wonder how the pro baby deleting crowd is taking that, because again, he's talking about putting regulations on abortions as well. But what kind of, we're not going to talk about that. So check this out.
One more that folds in the president's top domestic priorities. In Georgia, the president's endorsed candidate for governor, Stacey Abrams, is suggesting that one way to mitigate the effects of inflation is to get an abortion. Does President Biden agree?
I did not see her comments on this, so I don't know the context of this. Again, I want to be careful because this is a political debate, and it's related to a midterm, an election. So I'm not going to comment on
that. Quaman said 21 billion. What's up with Camp Lejeune? I guess they have some kind of water, contaminated water. So people have gotten sick, people die from cancer and whatnot. They've had all kinds of situations. Sideshow Bob. Know what's up. Mm-hmm. Lance Flicks. Lance Flicks 63. Yeah. Now y'all seen Stacey Abrams saying that madness, right? Because I played that the other day too. Let me see if I still have that in here. Because it's like, how do you come to that conclusion? And this is the thing with Al Sharpton. Y'all just don't want to vote for the woman because she's a woman, blah, blah. Man, please. Do I have that? Yeah, there it is. There it is. So, a way to combat inflation is abortion. Now, well, I didn't hear that. There was a whole news article, press secretary. There was a whole news article about what she said.
Abortion is an issue. It nowhere reaches the level of interest of voters in terms of the cost of gas, food, bread, milk, things like that. What could you do as governor to alleviate the concerns of Georgia voters about those livability, daily, hourly issues that they're confronted with?
But let's be clear. Having children is why you're worried about your price for gas. It's why you're concerned about how much food costs. For women, this is not a reductive issue. You can't divorce being forced to carry an unwanted pregnancy from the economic realities of having a child. And so it's important for us to have both and conversations. We don't have the luxury of reducing it or separating them out, but we also have to talk about what a governor can do.
So this man wanted to get away from the conversation about abortion because what he is telling you is that not everybody is looking at that issue as the main important issue. See, there's something else going on. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's right. Let me show y'all this. See, there are things at play. So notice these people are sticking with the line, although you have this man tell you that is not what your voters are saying is important to them, where there's no way to separate. They are not looking at it as important. So you're literally trying to force the people you need to get out to vote for you to start putting their... See, y'all, these people are so used to doing this to black folks so long that they think they can do it to other groups as well. White voters down there like, we ain't going for this. You better tell us what we getting. And this is not what we want. But we just we can't separate the issues. They are telling you they are separate issues, Stacey. What's wrong with you? See, so what she's doing is the same thing pretty much as what Roland Martin's doing. They're just toting the line. They're not doing anything else. He said, B-Zilla, stop looking at me like that. So check this out. This is probably got something to do with why they're pushing this abortion thing so heavy. Check this out.
Economic Forum. I think there was a sense of relief, actually, in your frankness. You brought up some issues that others are reluctant to bring up.
Always. All the religious groups are against me because I'm talking about population. They want more souls. I want less on the planet.
Genocide. I want more souls, less souls on the planet. This is what we got out here. Good old America's allies. So, who do you think when they go into their world leader meetings that they are targeting? Anybody want to take a stab at that? When all of these so-called, and they come over here, the people of color. Yeah. What do you think that you hear how they talking? They don't look at you. You know good and damn well that they ain't looking at us as the group that they should preserve. You know what I'm saying? Blackjack 21, I see ya. Yes, indeed. Dominique Devereaux in the house. B. Mick in the house. I see ya. Yes, indeed. Yeah, these people are crazy. These people are absolutely nuts. You know what I'm saying? But it gets better. Let's see. Let's go to. Oh, I almost forgot. And I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get this video in Wednesday, and I didn't. But we going to play it tonight. Where is that at? Because here's another thing that we're going to have to examine about what the Democrats push. And if you've noticed that what they are literally staying away from. Have you noticed that there has been certain talk of certain particular groups that have basically went invisible in the last 2 months? Yeah, we're going to turn that that sound off there. This is an all ages event. And here you see little girl back there. There's kids here, and you got this drag queen bopping its pussy. And now they're throwing money. What the hell is this? This is the type of thing that is going on nowadays. This has also been widely endorsed by the Democrats. Have you noticed that they have not been talking about trans anything or gay rights or anything? They have absolutely been silent. They did one little part on coming out day. And then after that, they've been absolutely quiet. Absolutely quiet. So the whole, like, you know, the school time, the libraries, reading with a drag queen or whatever, that was all pushed by the Democrats, and they ain't saying nothing about that. I mean, you ain't seen a rainbow nowhere near the Democrats here lately, except for when Stacey went to the Pride rally in Atlanta, which, of course, as a candidate, that makes total sense. So, not that she wouldn't have been there anyway, but I'm just saying, you know, that's what politicians, that's what you're supposed to do. Because that's the job of a politician. I get it. Another thing we looked at was her site, her website. Let me see if I got that. I think I downloaded that. Because her website, there was something that people found there it is. Found very interesting. Okay. Check that out. This is her target audience or target market. Get that off. Small businesses is last. Black men, Black women, AAPI community, Latino community, LGBTQ plus community, veterans, small businesses. Why is there a separation of the Black community with a Black person? Why is that taking place? Anybody want to take a guess? See, that is evidence of a gender war, of gender separation. And we're talking separation amongst men and women. Interesting, ain't it? Now, if we don't get along with these hating Africans to be coming over here talking crazy to us, all of a sudden we're divisive. You don't get much more divisive than this. And the same people who are calling us divisive are the same people who support this. Black men, Black women, Black men, Black women. No, it's the Black community. AAIP community, just like everybody else. Kid Gravity said, Bzilla, look at the wording under AAIP against everyone. Let me see. AAIP community. You said look at the everyone under economic. Oh. Uh-huh. Well, that's interesting. So yeah, you know, she's going to end up doing the most for who the Democrats tell her to, which of course we know that's the Asians, because of what's going on over there. Black Alpha Network in the building. What's going on, my brother? Tapping here from the deep south. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, woo-wee, you got to see these when you look at a person's. This is what they're getting down. I'm not voting for someone who is looking to separate the men from the women. In Atlanta, And Georgia, one of those black states like Georgia, why on earth is that where you're doing it? But it makes sense because now you hear what she's pushing. So yeah, it makes total sense. But that's really all she's running on. Now, has anybody, like I said, Kid Gravity and Black Alpha, y'all already know. I asked y'all the other day about them the ads that y'all see on TV down there, and I just got to imagine it has got to be just the worst. Here's another I think this woman is advocating for Stacey Abrams as well. But just look at the focus of these Democrats. And this is not a black community issue. So when you see black folks pushing this, now we have to look at you as being compromised because you are bringing an issue to us that we do not give two damns about. What we want you to do is actually address what we're saying our issues are. You know, those people out there that how tangible. Well, see, no, that there isn't those people out there that do that. That is the people. And it's like you can't seem to accept that part, but that's the people. So with that being said, let me play this video real quick.
In North Carolina, continue to launch attacks against trans people, including limiting the ability of trans youth to have gender-affirming surgeries. There's just something deeply troubling about that. We know that the state healthcare plan does not provide for trans-affirming care. This, frankly, is really a very dangerous time. Transgender adults are 2 times as likely than cisgender adults to be diagnosed by depressive disorders. Transgender adults are significantly less likely to get their flu shots or go to doctor's appointments. We know that
to be trans means that you were seeing a doctor regularly, because you would have to be, because you would need to get the prescriptions for the drugs for a transition. So what the hell is she talking about? What is she talking about? What person that's transitioning is not dealing with a doctor? They don't go in for flu shots. What? This is what the Democrats are offering us, family. This is it. This is what you can talk about. Man, trans affirming. What? Man, we got real issues out here, and that ain't one of them. Well, they're most diagnosed with it. Hey, you know what you could do? Get them reparations, and they can pay for it they damn self. How about that? They don't have to worry about being on state health care. Reparations could take care of that. You know? Besides, black folks should be having free health care in America anyway. There should not be a black American paying for health care in America at all. America's insurance company system was built on slavery, so miss me.
that half of transgender adults report experiencing some kind of physical assault or sexual assault. That's deeply difficult and dangerous. And so we really must call out violence.
Oh, that was slick. Now, if they report some kind of sexual violence, did that mean before they started transitioning or after they transitioned? See, that was kind of a sneaky trick because you might be bringing childhood trauma into this conversation, unrightfully so. And I think that's kind of what she was doing because she all of a sudden got real vague. Now, she's given all the specifics, but that was real vague. Yeah, I didn't miss that.
And stigmas for transgender women, particularly Black transgender women. And we absolutely must say her name. We must, of course, pass the Equality Act to protect transgender people from discrimination. And we must expand the ACA and Medicaid and Medicare and TRICARE for affirming protections.
And this is why we ain't fooling with no damn Democrats no more. She is literally advocating for a bill for a whole nother group while using black trans, which would fall under an anti-black hate crime bill. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. You can get all of these protections for black trans women would be covered under an anti-black hate crime law. Then they would have that law on top of the what's the George Bird, James Bird, and the white boy out there in Utah. That they would put that, so they'd be double covered. But this woman right here is not advocating for any protection for black people. She's doing it based on sexual preference and gender. And then we're supposed to be voting for this when we're out here watching other people get hate crime bills, and now you over here advocating for somebody else to get a hate crime bill, and we ain't getting no protection as a black person, as black people. And one of the reasons is because all of these Democrats think like this. Black men, black women, all the other communities are together, but it's going to be black men. We're always going to separate black men and black women. Nah, we done with that. We are done with that. And you're putting this
for trans people, transgender people. We must eliminate disparate costs for mental health care, because mental health care is health care for all of us. And we've got to provide levity in those kinds of costs. Of course, the state employees are suing the state health plan for the lack of coverage for transition care, and we must get that right. We also must continue to address HIV and AIDS, as the disease is rising during this pandemic. And we must ensure that hormone blockers and other medications are covered by insurance.
Where do these black folks come from? I don't remember nobody talking like this when I was young. Where do these people come from? Y'all just taking up any old cause that ain't for your people. Any cause that ain't for helping black folks. I mean, my goodness. We good working together, not with them. Man, Tia to you already know. I mean, this is nuts. These people are insane. And then, well, see, this is what we need to vote for. I don't give a crap about what you're talking about. That is not a concern to me. We have more major concern. But you can't, just take away, because if you just delete your baby, then you ain't got to worry about carrying an unwanted pregnancy. Huh? What the hell are you talking about, Stacey? Abortions are not health care. It's life ending. That's not health care. It's called life ending. And putting a fancy name on what the truth is to make it sound like it's not the truth ain't gonna happen. Oh, even more so, let's go back and look at this real quick. Who remembers this?
We came, we saw, he died. Did it have anything to do with your visit? No, I'm sure it did.
I just played you two people laughing about extermination. One of them is Hillary Clinton. Oh, that Muammar Gaddafi sure got what he had coming, I tell you what. Did it have anything to do with your visit? Probably. I'm so wicked. Damn devil. I mean, how wicked can you be? Just up here. We came, we seen, he died. And you'll be telling us like we stupid for not voting for this wicked witch of the West? Are you kidding? Man? Yeah, just one more time for your mind, man. If you ain't heard of good the first time.
That is the land of unconfirmed.
Yes, we came, we saw, he died. Did it have anything to do with your visit? No, I'm sure it did.
Yeah. Yeah. See, this is what you're getting out of the politicians that they want you to vote for. Really? And we're stupid for saying something's off about these people? Huh. Okay. Where's this other one at? 1 second here. Let me. I think this is it. Oh no. I believe. Let me play this. I think this is what I wanted to show y'all the other day.
The honourable member for Oshawa.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I listened to my colleague's speech. I had a constituent that wanted me to ask a question about outside interference to our democracy. Klaus Schwab is the head of the World Economic Forum, and he bragged how his subversive WEF, World Economic Forum, has, quoted, infiltrated governments around the world. He said that his organization had penetrated more than half of Canada's cabinet. And I was wondering, in the interest of transparency, could the member please name which cabinet ministers are on board with the WEF's agenda? My concern is the deputy.
Order. I know that the member was in a really good question there, but the audio is really bad and the video is really bad as well.
We heard him just fine, didn't we, family?
I don't know if the member. Okay, let's try again. The honourable member for Timmins James Bay.
Mr. Speaker, that member is promoting open disinformation. That's not debate. We have to call out disinformation.
We'll get into debate again. The honourable member, questions and comments. The honourable member for Lambton, Kent, Middlesex.
Oh, that's Canada. So yeah, that's how they get down up there. But you see how he tried to pivot away from old Klaus Schwab as soon as that name was dropped on him. We're gonna change the subject. Yeah. So if y'all remember who Klaus Schwab is, when I've shown you those Bilderberg pictures, yeah, that guy. So what did he just say? He infiltrated every government. Every government. So keep that in mind when you hear all of a sudden a new wave of getting jabbed. And what they have tried now to do, for those of you who have children, they are now moving in the direction of trying to get the venom, that snake bite, on the schedule of immunizations for children, although it's still not totally had time to see what the long-term effects will do. So I don't know why that's the idea, but right now they came out a few hours ago and are pushing now a booster. Go get your booster. It's so funny. I used to always hear about the people talking against, hey, you're not a vaxxer. I don't deal with the flu thing. Nope. Well, no. Matter of fact, working on one of those projects, like I said, from the people who knew that they were going to be putting this out, one of the things that they said to me was never take it. Never take it. And of course, it should be common sense because this is a United States government that will starve out its own, use its own people for guinea pigs, and send billions of dollars over other countries for war while inflation is steady on the rise here. Why on earth would, when black folks are the first thing out of their mouth, do you start perking up to listen to what they talking about? That's what killed me. And you know what the real funny thing is? I'll never forget hearing my ear, hearing the cross past my ears. The reason why I went and got it, I was skeptical at first, but then I did my research. I did my research and found out that it was a black woman that helped create it. And this is why we are no longer voting for the Democrats. That is the type of voter that you want. A person that says, oh, they put out a black, I don't have the wherewithal to look deeper into this situation. So what sold me was a black woman who I've never heard of before. And they said she had something to do with it. So I went and got it. I just stuck out my arm and I took it. I don't know what's in the infusion. I'm not looking up the ingredients in this infusion. I'm just sticking out my arm and taking the infusion. And here's the funny thing. Why are these infusions coming from the technology division of these companies? Anybody ever asked themselves that? I mean, I know we've been talking about that, but, as far as the grassroots and the new black media, but, how is something that's medical coming from your technology? Yeah, there, that's kind of interesting, isn't it? But hey, And so, like that dude, misinformation, disinformation. No, there is a video of that man, Klaus Schwab, saying exactly what he said. That man got up there and said, he's openly spreading misinformation. No, he's not, because there's a video of the man saying what he said. So, but be clear. When we see people stand up real quick to call something a lie that actually has proof of it existing, something is going on. And why do you want to have all of a sudden try to label that dude disinformation? Because he's not. He told the truth. He told you exactly what that dude had said. And you hear how these people talk. I just played you that Iranian dude earlier. He over there cackling it up about wiping out a population. These people are evil. Wicked and evil. Nothing more, nothing less. Let me see where I need to go here. Uh-oh. I guess is Tariq doing a space. He done let T.S. Silverback on stage, huh? Getting up there lying. Because most people, if you didn't know, they're blocking that agent, which I would have advised people to do a long time ago. Because that's what that dude, that's what they are. Okay, I thought I had that video. Guess I don't. Well, dadgummit. I thought I had the video of him talking of the Klaus Schwab. Guess I don't. Huh. Oh well. Well, you could trust me. He'd said what that dude said he said. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And and just for a shout out to all of the like that bootleg Roland Martin, and also that woman with the janky wig that was advocating more for the trans than her own folks, while still trying to invoke where we got black trans. Yeah, so get a black hate crime bill. How about that? Anti-black hate crime bill. Get that. But this is for you.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce. Don't get that honey sauce on me. I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings. Taste the biscuit.
Dedication.
Taste the goodness
for
of
Roland
the
Martin,
biscuit.
Stacey Abrams, and all of you other black Democrats. Taste the biscuits. Yes, enjoy yourselves to taste the biscuits. That honey sauce. Oh, Lord. Pillsbury gang. Shawana S., I see you. Taste the biscuits. Lord. Now, for those of y'all who probably came to the broadcast late, you did not see the show opener. So just for, for your viewing pleasure, now that I see we got a little more folks in here, let me just show you how we started off tonight's broadcast.
Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us.
Oh! Oh! Uh-oh. I'm going to make up for it. No, you're not. Oh, man. Shout out to Carl Lewis. He is not a singer. Lord. Yeah, I guess, that's going to be sticking to running. You say he needs some milk. Oh, Lordy me. So let's speaking of biscuits, let me take a listen to this real quick. Okay. Hopefully we're about to chat. If you can hear me, put a 1 in the chat, family, if you can hear me. I don't know why. As soon as I started uploading this video, it just kicked me out. But how do I want to do this? Okay, cool. Let me add that and pause this. And we're going to stay there. So, Greg Carr, the funny thing about the Greg Carr dude, is when he literally called into the California reparations conversation. He actually was on point, and he was actually advocating then for lineage-based reparations, but then he turns right around and goes on Roland Martin and start talking against it. It's the craziest thing ever. But he had to keep it a buck. So it's like, okay, so is all this just show for you that you're doing with Roland? Kind of makes you wonder. It's like, I don't think you guys take it too seriously. But let's just hear what he has to say.
Democratic Party problem with black voters goes back to the 60s and 70s. Taking us for granted. We just passed the 50th anniversary of the Gary Convention in 1972. The Democratic Party went out there. The Democratic operatives were sent to the Gary Convention to make sure that black people didn't form an independent black political party, and they succeeded. 2 years later, the Congressional Black Caucus pulls out of the next black political organizing meeting at Little Rock, and since then, we have been fighting a rearguard action. Jesse Jackson threatened to primary Bill Clinton in his re-election effort in '96 because Clinton was talking about getting rid of affirmative action. What does that have to do with 2022? The Democratic Party takes black voters for granted. And Reese, you're absolutely right. When you start talking about credibility, the Democratic Party doesn't have any. We don't have anywhere else to go in a duopoly, a two-party system, so we vote. But that's not what we're talking about. We ain't talking about the people who vote every election like we do. We're talking about the people who are like, you guys show me something because I don't see the difference. Finally, the theater phase of the game. Talking and logic might peel off a few, but it's about theater. You got to slap shit out of somebody. Barack Obama has never been that guy. He benefited from 50 years of black voting and participation. He rode the rocket that was launched in Gary, but he ain't never been that guy. So Jimmy Harrison is not that guy. It's going to take a street fight now, because what is at stake ultimately on the other side of this are some things that should scare the hell out of black people, and we need to be doing the same thing the white nationalists are doing, which is getting our people by the lapel and saying, I know you don't like these candidates, but damn it, you're going to hate the alternative.
Oh, wow. He was going good for a minute, wasn't he? But see, you just don't know about these Republicans on the other side. Listen, man, that ain't gonna cut it. All of y'all are bound by supremacy. So what we have to do under the system of supremacy is get something for our vote, period. Not being feared and frightened into one direction or another. No. We ain't talking about the other ones that just be voting all the time. I mean, like us. Right. So you already know how much of a puppet you are. And we're not a weak puppet coward like you. No, we need something else. And if it's the Republicans, then so damn be it. Well, what are these white nationalists? White nationalists are not inherently Republican. Some of them are Democrats. Some of them are Unitarians. A lot of them are libertarians. Well, you're not going to sit up here and push this on us. See, the reason why they were with Trump is because of white nationalism. That's not a party thing. So you have your president is a white nationalist. Joe Biden is a white nationalist. I don't know what the hell y'all think. So don't sit up here and tell me nothing like that. We heard what he said. And we heard how all you punctified so-called preachers and leaders sat up there and cowered while he talked to you like children. And then you want to come over here and try to scream on us? You better take that somewhere else. But I mean, it's going to be the alternative is so much. Shut up. Grow a spine. Because that sounds ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, we're going to just stop it. Everything that black folks need is not new. And you have candidates trying to win black votes while ignoring the people to whom they need the votes from. That makes no sense. That is not a winning strategy, and you can only blame yourselves instead of trying to blame the people. What's going on in Houston? We are doing the most down there in Houston. It's like, dang, should you be in the house after dark down there? What's going on? What's really going on down there? Let's see. Let's check out Val Demings. So Val Demings is a cop-loving Democrat, for those who don't know. So a lot of these Democrats, they are pro-police as well. So the whole defund the police, truth be told, what group, can anybody tell me the name of a defund the police group? Like Antifa? No, not like that. Like, can someone tell me what a group is that pushes to defund the police? Does anybody know a name of any of those groups? Because we hear it often and they're funded by these people. But yeah, who? Because I can honestly say, especially being a place to where we saw 100+ days of protesting, I don't know who a defund the police group is. But it's always mentioned, isn't it? I'm sure you guys are seeing it in the political ads. See, what they did is manufactured a reason for more police. Because clearly it's, we're not seeing it. We had a shooting at a high school the other day. Now, it's close to the high school. It's kind of a funny style situation because typically that school has 2 parking spots for police cars that are usually always there every day. So there's literally designated parking spots for police in front of that school. Now, what they're telling us is that there was a shooting, which would have been right in eyesight of the police, just maybe 20 yards away. 2 people were injured, 2 students, I guess non-life-threatening injuries. So Lord knows what was going on there. Here's the thing. We hear about all of this gun violence and crime here. Gun violence, crime. But we never see the people or anything like that. Gun violence and blah, blah, blah. Now this happens at the high school. It's been on news nonstop. But this is an actual incident. Where are the on the scene or the people that you would talk to like you're talking about this story? About all those other supposed stories that are going on. You see what I'm saying? Portland is too small of a community of black folks to say that all of these people are gunning people down in the street, because that means we would know somebody who's been in that situation. So, they just be lying. And then when you actually have a real situation that happens, you'll know, because it'll be on TV every day. They'll be interviewing people. Oh man, now you finally have something right before an election to talk about guns. But when we had the man pull out see, here in Oregon, there's not places like Buffalo. However, this dude went into the grocery store like the dude did in Buffalo and shot up a few of his own. Well, what they're calling that is a mental issue, and we need to worry about mental problems and stuff. When the white boy went up there and shot a bunch of people, deleted these folks in Safeway. Yeah, that's a mental issue. But see, when it comes down to Portland and saying, hey, stop killing us, that's crime. That's considered crime. Yeah, that's crime. And so now, have you noticed the two little dum-dums that threw the can of tomato soup on the Monet? I seen an article earlier today that said, is vandalism the way to get justice? Oh, you're asking that now because you sure weren't 2 years ago. And a matter of fact, majority of the politicians running right now are running off of that. That's when they say crime and just let the criminals run rampant, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's who they talking about. They keep going back to the George Floyd protests. That's what they do. But no mention when they're not talking about guns. They're talking about mental health when it comes down to a mass deleter here in Oregon that basically pulled the same stunt, but he had to pull it on his own folks. So instead of them talking about crime and guns, they started having candlelight vigils talking about mental health. Here's another thing that's going on here. You know, we have an opioid crisis, rather. Fentanyl by the caseloads. Heroin everywhere. Meth everywhere. Do you know that they are talking about, so here we'll have commercials, or not even commercials, news stories. We'll have news stories here that say, parents, warn your kids about this type of fentanyl. Warn your children about this type of dope. Because when they use it, they got to be careful because there's counterfeit dope out there. So you're going to make sure you get the clean dope. So warn your children, because we know they're junkies anyway. So here's the thing. Like the whole, like when we were coming up, oh, you're a junkie. They're looking down on that. Today I heard, what was the other thing they said? They're calling addiction something. What was that they called it? Oh man, I can't. It's not coming to me right now at the moment. But they're trying to like classify it as like a mental condition. When these people realize that they have the problem on their hand that they tried to put on us, you watch everything flip. Everything's about treatment. We got to look at like that's a sickness and an illness. It's like, word? I mean, yeah, it is. But let's be clear. Why wasn't crack ever considered an illness? Why were crack users never considered to be ill or sick? But all of these other addicts are. See how that works? By design. Because this is not new to the United States, of course. I mean, the first slave ship coming over here brought slaves, rum, tobacco, and opium. Good ship Jesus had dope on it. I think they also had coffee. But yes, running rum and dope and slaves. The first drug dealers. The American slave traders. That's something they don't teach you in school. Yeah. And that's the one thing about that. That's why I have a sneaking suspicion whoever moved that 1619 thing, it's like, why did you skip over good ship Jesus? Well, this is when most of the people go, yeah. But we do know that ain't the first ship that came here. 1536, I believe. That's good ship Jesus. Why are you skipping over that? Because you don't want to talk about what y'all was really pushing, because slaves were not the biggest commodity on that ship. That's why they say it was just small amount of slaves that came here first. Yeah, because the main thing that you was pushing wasn't slaves. Till you recognize that you had these tobacco and cotton here. Like, okay, yeah, there is a natural resource that we can use. Yeah, get on out of here. Try to shave them years because y'all the first dope runners. Y'all the first dope dealers in this side of the hemisphere, player. Yeah, clap it up to you. So this country got founded on dope, human trafficking, guns, and treaty breaking. Which one of those does not go on today? See, this place has always been what it is. It hasn't changed. It's just updated itself. Put some new furniture here, put some new furniture there, and just updated itself. Can you dig it? So their candidates that they're pushing are clearly here to only uphold that system. They are no longer nor were they really ever for the people. But now is a time that it's more evident than any time before. Like, y'all are all about the party and damn the people. But let's hear these folks talk.
Anything at all but his mouth, would know nothing about helping people and being there for people when they are in trouble. No one planned the pandemic, but our response to it is everything.
That's questionable, ma'am.
Individuals were hurting, families were hurting, businesses were hurting. We passed the CARES Act, which the senators supported. There were some problems in the CARES Act with the Paycheck Protection Program that you love to take credit for. Some say it was poorly written. Some say it didn't help the people that it was supposed to, didn't save the jobs that it was supposed to. There was a way to fix the problems in the PPP through the American Rescue Plan and help people that were in trouble. But you played politics, Senator, and you did not do that. Your number one job as a United States Senator is to protect the health, safety, and well-being of the American people. You've been at it for 24 years.
Senator Rubio.
Yeah.
I find that interesting. That's real interesting. And that's Val Demings. See, here's my thing. All of a sudden, you start talking real when you have a Republican in front of you. And then you can pull up his record when you have a Republican in front of you. When you have people asking you about what you're going to do for this community, all of a sudden conversations go vague or you just start walking away. Like we've seen Stacey do. So it's not, you can't walk away from somebody asking you a political question when you're trying to gain their votes and then turn around and have some dum-dum like bobblehead Al Sharpton talk about how men are insecure if they don't want to vote for you. No, nobody's insecure. You're just not a good bet. And you lost last time and you're going to lose again. And all of this BS pandering, what the reality is going to have to come out is just that you are a bad candidate. And that's what she is. Stacey Abrams is nothing more than a bad candidate. And you trying to make her seem like she's not. Like, no. This woman is a bad candidate. Here's the other thing. Here it is. You know, when the brother tried to go up to her and then she comes out last week and saying, I don't know how y'all thought I said no to reparations. We heard you. And not only that, like I said, that brother was in our space. So he was in me and Black Alpha space, able to explain how that actually went down. So we know you a liar, Stacey. But not only that, and this is something that the Republicans put out, but I did find this hilarious because it just demonstrates blatant hypocrisy out of these people. And you want us to back this crap.
We won, but I didn't lose. I got the votes, but we won't know exactly how many because of how they cheated. I did win my election. I just didn't get to have the job. We were robbed of an election.
Using the word rigged, using the word steal, do you think it's dangerous going into 2020?
I don't, because we can actually back it up. And so in response to what I believe was a stolen election, and I'm not saying they stole it from me, they stole it from the voters of Georgia. In fact, someone outside asked if I'm ever going to concede. The answer is no.
This is not a speech of concession, because concession means to acknowledge an action is right, true, or proper. And I will not concede because the erosion of our democracy is not right.
People are going to make you mad. They're going to steal your election. It was not a free and fair election. I think the election was stolen from the people of Georgia. I believe it was stolen from the voters. Thousands of Georgians had their voices stolen because they were not able to cast ballots, and they cannot be guaranteed that their votes will be counted in 2020 if we don't do this right.
If what happens to you happens nationally, and we see whoever runs for, whoever wins the
fake
Democratic
news?
nominee, if they say, actually, I can prove that there's a number of votes in every state and that the same thing that you just described happens in multiple states, should they concede?
I do not think we should concede an election until we know the results of an election. I still fundamentally believed it could be fair.
You lost, ma'am. You just simply lost. You felt that you did so much for Joe Biden, and they pumped you up, and that you was shining just like how you needed to be. But you lost. Not only that, and see, here's the thing: election denier. Does that sound familiar? See, my thing about this, and okay, both parties kind of suck right now. And you keep talking about two parties. It ain't. There are independent groups. And what did you hear about Greg Carr say? He mentioned the fact that black folks were prevented from starting a party. How many times has that happened? It happened with the Black Panthers because the Black Panther Party. So you went there and then tried to once again make sure that nothing came about. That says a lot, doesn't it? Doesn't that say a lot? But nonetheless, let's keep going on with the hypocrite.
And that's just not how life works. If it looks like it's cheating, it probably is. If it looks like it's rigged, it probably is.
We've been raised to believe that it is invalid, in fact, it's uncouth to call a question. That if you want to run for office again, you've got to concede the election so that everyone knows you're a good sport. I'm not.
I said that the election was stolen from Georgia voters. The process that took place during the legislative cycle was one that did not countenance and did not pay attention to the deep and real concerns of those who watched this election be stolen in the state of Georgia. It was stolen from the voters of Georgia. As long as we have eligible American citizens who cannot cast a ballot, then the game is rigged. I am complicit if I say that that system is fair. Concession in the political space.
Wow. That's enough of that. Just give you an idea. And we ain't even halfway through of her own jaw-dropping hypocrisy. I mean, for her to even say anything like that, like, okay, I don't want to hear no election denying talk. Don't tell me nothing about these January 6th when this woman was running around doing a whole full tour. It was stolen. It was stolen. It was stolen. It was stolen from the voters. It was stolen. I'm not going to concede. And here you are running again. Not willing to concede. Good grief. Good grief. Man. And remember, I played that old video of her Wednesday being groomed for years just to suck. Damn. Project Leroy says she about to lose twice. Exactly. Absolutely, she's finna lose twice. That ain't hard to tell. That is not hard to tell. And then you got all these other people out here that, caping for her and, well, y'all just insecure. And you remember when they sent clown Eric Dyson to check black men over Ketanji because she's dark skinned and y'all be hating on dark skinned women and all that chocolate and that dripping melanin goodness and what, dude? Wait a minute. These people are nuts, man. Absolutely nuts. Is this it? And then, let's not forget what this woman has said before. Where's that at? That's it.
I'm not always going to only talk about what we can do for black people.
So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No.
I literally have black men calling my radio show saying, well, we've got enough black women in power. Ketanji Brown Jackson's in the Supreme Court. We have Vice President Kamala Harris. I don't know if I want to vote for Stacey Abrams. Who would not be proud of Stacey Abrams unless you are so insecure as a man?
See, the whole proud conversation, it's like, what are you talking about, Al? That's some projection. And you're projecting a conversation that really doesn't exist. That's what's really interesting about this. So he's doing I'm ashamed black men in the voting. Stop it. Cut it out. Aboriginal woman says, stop lying. Ain't nobody calling you. Yeah, when I heard that, I was like, I don't think so. Ain't nobody called your show saying that. Stop that. But, right now, this is for you.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce. Don't get that honey sauce on me. I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings. Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.
Lord. Yeah, that's for Al Sharpton right there. Taste the biscuit, Al. Taste the biscuit. If you don't want that honey sauce on your chicken wings. Like, where's she at? North Carolina? Honey sauce and chicken wings? And biscuits? That sound like Bojangles. Bojangles. Boy, that is a horrible name for a chicken joint. I just gotta say. Hey, y'all, where y'all get that chicken? Oh, I just got it from Bojangles. I mean, it's the worst name ever for a fried chicken joint. And they biscuits do look hella good. They got them big old honey biscuits. That's why I'm like, honey sauce and the biscuits. That's what that sounds like to me. Honey sauce. Taste the biscuits. Yeah. How about that? Bojangles. Yeah. That's got to be the worst name for a chicken joint ever. Bojangles Chicken. It's like, what is their motto? Because, like, love that chicken from Popeyes. Like, what is Bojangles? Just like, chicken. Family, yeah. With the name like Bojangles, it could just really go all the way off the rails. You know what I'm saying? Bojangles is good, quiet man. I've heard good things about Bojangles. That name, it's just, you kind of holding up your kind of like, I'm finna go in here real quick, get this little biscuit, and, get this little chicken real quick, but I'm hoping nobody see me going in here. Right up there with Fish Fry Cly. Ain't that the truth? Oh, man. Now, did y'all see Bucci Bear? Did y'all see the latest episode of the Bucci Bear? Oh, my goodness, that was funny. And, Bucci Bear is based off of the dude that was out there in front in Connie's face at the 106 protest. Yeah, so why ain't Tariq Nasheed out here? Like, this is my rally. I'll put this. Oh yeah, no, you with him and dude, cut it out. And you see the little dude, like he's doing his voice to it. That is just hilarious. Tariq. Oh, but he introduced a new character. Scam African Strikes Back. Yes, indeed. And he oh boy, Tariq Nasheed. Percy? Was it Percy Sweetwater? Percy something Sweetwater. Said Percy Sweetwater. Yeah, absolutely hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. And lame hella gay. Now, I've never been into that, brother. And I mean, I have not really seen much of the dude Calloway. I'm not familiar with him, but I was kind of thrown back when he was talking about how these people weren't real and never existed, and like these people have offspring here. What are you talking about? It's like it was a government experiment. I don't know about that. Harriet Tubman wasn't real. It's like, so who was that person in the picture? Well, the government propped her up to do that. Okay. So, no, there was no underground. Okay. What about John Brown? Percy Sweetwater Jenkins. Oh, wow. That's an hell of a name. He said the story wasn't real, not the person. Yeah. Yeah, the story, the story's not real, but the person, yeah, we know who those are. And you know what was so funny is the fish fries. So they're over there eating the fish. And then, he had the Stacey Abrams. That was hilarious. You guys want reparations? Then you're gonna get reparations in hugs from other people of color. I mean, the black voter outreach at this moment is in the gutter. No voting, no vucking with the V family. And then what else? Of course, there was get your booties to the poll last time. And then I just don't understand why everything has to be so lowbrow and raunchy when it comes down to us. It's like black people don't have class. Like, that's total garbage. And there's some of these other groups that have none, but you still treating them better than us. How'd that work? You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, that's just really noticeable to me. It is what it is. It is what it is. But you said, don't forget the fish fries. Yeah, that's what I mentioned that. And these, it says, it's a cartoon. It's a parody. It's a joke, but let's keep it a buck. How those folks conduct themselves is very much accurate. I mean, literally, Stacey Abrams is talking about abortion is a means to helping your inflation woes. Oh, and the Uber Eats dude at the end. I almost forgot about that. Yeah. Oh, excuse me, family. Got me yawning. That was crazy. Just, I'm not. Y'all just go watch it after you leave this live. Go check it out. It's funny. And I'm glad he made it longer too, because it's like 10 minutes. All right, 10 and a half minutes or something like that. So yeah, good job on that, brother Tariq Nasheed. And by the way, I think he updated the flyer for the rally as well. So it's going to be at Freedman Plaza or Freedom Plaza? Freedom Plaza. I don't have the new updated joint in here yet, but we do have this. So you can see that. And now the other things have been added to it. So it's been updated, but that is what it was looking like before the changes have been added to with the location and whatnot. So now on the new flyer, the location is there. So for those who are all planning to attend, you could get to Twitter and get the correct address. You dig? She sounds like out of touch. Oh yeah, Blackjack. Absolutely, she's out of touch. But again, she's been groomed. She's been groomed since high school. So, for a person like Stacey Abrams, I don't expect much else. Because one of the reasons is, she's a tool. She's a Democratic tool, and she's been, she's been used for that. Oh, and a picture that I just came across, I guess this was yesterday. Yeah, this was yesterday. Look at who's in the front next to Jill. You recognize that face, family? So these are all the people who are working on the Biden staff right now. Boy, she sure landed on her feet well, didn't she? Keisha Lance Bottoms. I'm looking at this like, wait a minute. And you up here right at the front. So these are the staffers on the Biden team. So when you see this, doesn't this look like she's been rewarded? Or is it just me? I mean, because she's not in the back. This almost gives me the feeling of a reward. Right? Oh, I'm just saying. And Roller gonna say, if you don't vote for him, you crazy. Beep, beep. Lord. Yeah, okay. This is a doggone shame, family. And they're throwing everything but everything and the kitchen sink. That's why I said, are we seeing the kitchen sink strategy? Because also, I know I gotta have that in here, don't I? Have to get that. Oprah. They brought out Oprah. They literally wheeled out Oprah for Stacey. It's like, okay. You know your campaign is in trouble when you have to reach out to go get Oprah. Okay, I don't have it in here. Let me get out of here. Let me see. Bear with me 1 second, family. Let me go see if I can find this video. Because I found that real interesting. You know, like, you finna just go get down with, let's see, hold on. Like, Oprah getting in the mix for Stacey Abrams? Like, this, that is the Democratic, like my brother Black Alpha always say, they picked up the coon phone. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, they picked up that coon phone and made that real call, didn't they? You get out of here. What you need to do is go on over there, down there to Georgia, and you need to help Stacey out now. And see, you get out there and you help her. So go do your job. Go be Oprah. Judah Queen. David Boyd. Welcome, brother. Welcome. Let me see if I can find this joint. Hold on. I know I got it somewhere. Looking at Twitter. Download this video, please. That's the issue. Got it. Let me get this. So I guess Oprah not only is basically trying to run some kind of media point guard for her, but she also has they had an appearance. So, you know, that says a lot when you got to go get Oprah to come kind of help. I mean, because she already had, was it Obama? So she already had Obama, right? So Obama goes out there to help her. And then now she needs Oprah. Here's the thing. If she really felt that she won as much as she thinks she did the first time, well then why do you need all of these people the second time? The evidence of your viability as a candidate should be through the roof, right? But yeah, it's not. It absolutely is not.
And how will things look different? Aside from the fact that you being there is going to look very different.
I will look a little different.
Yes. Oh my Lord. Oh, the paintings in the mansion are going to change. Yes.
Oh, Miss Lady. They even went and got Martin Lawrence too. I sure did see that. Yes, they did. Yeah, they went and got Martin, and Martin over there looking like he just fresh off a stroke. It's like, what's up with him? her mouth all crooked. That's all, me and Michelle Obama just teamed up. It's like, wait a minute, what's going on with Martin, man? And the sign language too. Come on, man. Doing the most. So yeah, that's what's popping over there. Not Martin. Man, Martin. Okay, again, another entertainer. And here we are all talking about scholars. And what's so funny is, Roland Martin mentioned Dr. Claude Anderson. It was, y'all love mentioning him, but see, this is shut up. Here's the point, Roland Martin. You would not have to talk about the new black media if the new black media did not have any kind of influence. But so they're using you as a little attack dog to say, go get those Negroes, go shout them down. You don't have enough in the stash, brother. And all you doing right now is going after black folks because we're going after our interests. Cynthia Newman, welcome. Hey. So, we have seen this, and this play is really, really running its course. And I think we are seeing them, obviously, with Roland. Roland is losing it, because he don't know which way is up. And so he's, okay, let me blame these. I'm going to blame these guys. And, this misinformation and all of that. There ain't no misinformation over here. That's not the case. That's not what is happening here. So where I go? Where I get that? Where is that? Because I just played that the other day. Yeah, Roland Martin, man, he's lost. That dude is absolutely lost. And on top of that, like the brother said, he's unraveling. And yeah, I would say it's safe to say that yes, Roland Martin at this point you could say is safe to say is unraveling. Damn, I thought I had it in here. I guess I didn't have it in this one. I just played it, so I know I got it. Oh. Somebody did just see the Luke video from Red Joker. This dude, Luke, I don't even know why he keeps popping out. Do y'all ever see his posts? He asking these weird questions. So, now that this one politician said he ain't for reparations, man, what you gonna do now? Lord. I don't know where that's at. Oh, well. Thought I had that somewhere. Well, I know I do. I just played it for Wednesday. Let me see something. There it is. I knew I had. I'm like, where is this? Okay, let me load this up real quick before we get on out of here. And again, are y'all? Does it feel like it's the kitchen sink strategy to you that they are trying to get black folks back on the Democratic vote blue, no matter who wave? Does it feel like that to you?
Jobs, justice, peace. This is a theme that we've been hearing today over and over again. This is a theme that came out in 1963 when A. Phil Randolph, a trade unionist, came forth to call for a march on Washington, asking for an end to Jim Crow laws, equal access to public education, and civil rights legislation that would change the face of a nation. Today we come before you, walking on the road to jobs, the road to peace, the road to justice, paved with the blood the sweat, the tears of labor movement people from around the nation. And today, I come to you as a young person, as a young woman, as a young black woman, to ask you to use us, use the young people of the United States of America to pave a road that will last forever, pave a road that will let us become the foot soldiers, let us not have to do this again for our children. We ask you to let us come forth with you, not behind you, not in front of you, but together on that road to jobs, justice, and peace.
Says she looked like a mean Muppet then. That's funny. That is funny. So yeah, you know, I seen a few of y'all say yes in the chat that yes, it does feel like the kitchen sink. And you know, for all intents and purposes, that is what they are doing. They are desperate. And this shows a long time of them planning to do nothing for black folk. Because look at how they're going about it. You're doing everything in your power not to give black people anything. That is the most racist thing to be doing ever. And then to participate as a black person and then try to chastise other black folks for not going along with getting your biscuit buttered, that's treason. That's absolute treason. So, you know, shedding the treasonous ways, it's demonic. Yes, indeed, Lance. And this one doesn't seem to get it. He doesn't get that we're not buying what they're selling anymore. But even more, he is worried that his biscuit well is drying up. And clearly you see who he blames. New black media. What that say? That says that the voice of the grassroots, the movement of the grassroots is more powerful and more influential than the Roland Martins of the lamestream old dead black media. So you roll out Oprah to see if she has enough. That just reeks of you being in trouble. And you know it. So it is what it is. No tangibles, no vote. For those of you who have interest in your local areas, hey, by all means, vote strategically. But vote to get something and do not pressure other people into voting for nothing. Because Babylon is fallen. Babylon is fallen. Let it fall and let us rise. Can you dig it? You know, and that's the situation we are facing, family. So let them throw the kitchen sink. Let them throw it. Yeah. You know, let them throw it. And y'all saw that video that I played earlier. And then you see the Joy Reids. They tried to make it a big deal of her. Then Tucker Carlson had the big waterhead Sambo on there talking trash about Joy Reid, trying to bring. Now, that whole move, that's good cop, bad cop, because we have to make our Negroes relevant. So you had them go at Tiffany Cross. You had them go at Joyless Reed. And it still didn't catch. As well as it never should have anyway. So, you know, there's that. So be mindful of that little con game too, where they try to play, oh man, Tucker Carlson and this waterhead boy going after Tiffany Cross. So what? Tiffany Cross telling black folks, you just need to get behind the black woman. Just fall in line. No, we are defending our communities by saying we are voting for something and not for nothing any longer. Time for tangibles to our community is now. We have border flooding, looming crises, current crisis. No, you got to take care of us now. We've waited for everyone else, and all of these people who are walking across this border are behind us as far as anything. But all we're hearing you talk about is taking care of them. You are literally paying for you to lose. Take heed to yourselves, Democrats, because you are almost out of the black voter business completely. Once your boule crowd dies off, you're done. But I guess by then you'll be ready to just implode it anyway. So with that being said, family, this has been the weekly wrap up, and we are still in this midterm madness. So hopefully, this will be over in the next few weeks, so we get back to regular business, and then they're going to have to come out to woodwork even heavier and harder. And so just watch for all the propaganda coming, because as their people lose in this current election cycle, you already know who's going to be the blame. So, you're going to have people coming out. There'll be a whole nother Twitter space group. Just trust. Keep an eye on it. Just out of nowhere, it's going to be, oh yeah, this big group here, and we out here doing the work. Okay. Anyway, y'all can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Beatzilla PDX, and on Patreon, Beatzilla PDX Official, and on Melanated People, Michael Beatzilla Whitmore. You can also email me at ourrealtruth@gmail.com. That's ourrealtruth@gmail.com. And of course, we've already had the super chat tonight. Oh, by the way, somebody else so thank you, Sister Jenna, for the $10 donation. I appreciate that as well. And of course, we had Cyberdyne here in the chat with the super chat. Shout out to you. So yes, shout out to all of the family. And again, for those of you who are watching the replay, and if you've watched this replay up to this far, please hit that like button. If you're watching on your TV, you can use your remote to do so. So with that being said, you could donate by way of Cash App at $ Beatzilla PDX. That is $ Beatzilla PDX at Cash App. And of course, we have PayPal. That is Zilla Muzak. That is ZILLA MUZAK at PayPal. So, feel free to go ahead and do that. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be up on all of you. So with that being said, y'all have a blessed, wonderful weekend. And remember, don't be like Roland. Oh my Lord, that guy there. Lord. Yeah, don't be like Roland, family. Because that dude just simply ain't cool. So yes indeed. So make sure you like, share this broadcast, subscribe if you have not already subscribed, and double check and make sure that you are still subscribed, because YouTube tends to unsubscribe people from time to time. So just make sure you check that. And with that being said, family, follow us on Twitter, because, me and my brother, Black Alpha Network, we do our Twitter spaces, the Certified Truth. So, you can go ahead and come on through and rap with the family. on our next go around. So with that being said, y'all have a blessed weekend. Stay black, stay vigilant, stay alive. Black first. And shalom, y'all.
When you know who Satan is, yes, sir, you don't have to kill him. No. The stone of truth. Yes. See, that's what you throw. Yes, right. Allah says, had we wished to take a pastime from before us, surely we would have done it. Nay, we cast truth at falsehood till we knocked out its brains. Every one of you that knows the truth, stand up and tell it from the mountaintop. Black people can't take it no more. So wherever you are on the job, in the factory, I don't care where you are. If you know the truth, stand up on the truth and tell Satan, who the hell are you to try and pick my friends? Farrakhan is God's man, and you are from the enemy of God. So to hell with you. Stand up on it like a man.